Welcome to Little Moments, Big Memories, the wedding show that brings you all the latest hints and tips to make sure everything's right for your special day.
Now we have a great lineup for you on today's programme. We're in the northwest of the country this week and we are joined in the studio by Tracy from Impress Your Guests.
We're in Ormskirk today where we'll be having a look at our venue of the week, O'Brien's Tea Rooms.
On top of that, we'll be heading to the groom's room where we'll be checking out a new alternative for your average set of wedding day wheels. This will be followed on by some tips on how to master that infamous speech.
Lossie's Bridal Boutique will also be joining us today. They'll be taken to the catwalk to show off some truly amazing dresses. And after that, Entertain will be rounding off this week's show with a very special performance.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Laura.
And this is Little Moments, Big Memories.
So today, we're here with Tracy from Impress Your Guests, a popular company based in Lancashire.
Hi Tracy.
Hi there.
Hi.
So can you tell us a little bit more about Impress Your Guest?
Yeah, of course. Impress Your Guest is a family-run business. It's mainly run by myself. We dress venues from the smallest to the largest venue. We do anything from a chair cover with a sash bow up to a starlit backdrop. We do the centres, all the linen, archway to the entrance door. We like to also keep up with, obviously new things coming onto the market. We've just brought in some nice manzanita trees, they're lovely. We've brought in some bird cages as well, which we're decorating at the moment. So the business is just growing and growing, and we like to just keep in, with the times that are coming on the market.
Brilliant. So how long have you been going for with the company?
I'd say I started off the business quite small, about 3 or 4 years ago. I was working a full-time job, and then I started decorating the chairs with the chair covers and the sash bows, and it was just down to people asking me would I do some centres for the wedding tables, so I started to do them, and then I went on to the linen, doing the swags, decorating the top tables, starlit backdrop, the arch, and so on. It just built and grew from there, so I left my full-time job and just started running the business full-time, so it's brilliant. I love it.
It's brilliant. So, I can see today you've gone for this lovely purple and white combo.
Yes, yeah.
What, personally, is your favourite colour combination?
I'd have to say the purple's one of my favourites. It's a lovely rich colour. It is, it's nice. But I've got one coming in about 2 weeks, a wedding. It's a lovely aqua blue colour. It's a really fresh colour. It's nice. It's nice for the spring and that. So I'm looking forward to that one. I'm quite excited about that.
Lovely. So what kind of price ranges can people who are interested in Impress Your Guest services expect?
Right, well, price ranges, I like to keep my prices within the customer's budget, so I like to meet up with them really face to face, have a chat to them, we go over some colour schemes, what they want, so I get an idea of what they're looking for. The chair covers range from usually about £2 a chair, which is quite reasonable. They obviously go up a little bit more in price, the more extravagant that the customer wants. You can go for the full hood on the back of the chair. We've got some lovely, nice satin silver, a lace. They ruche at the back, they're lovely. You can have an extra diamante button, a small little flower. It really, personalises it. It's lovely. I'd say the average wedding is usually around about £500 to dress a venue, but it can be a little bit less or a little bit more, depending on the customer wants.
Lovely. So what about your coverage area? Whereabouts do you cover for?
Well, at the moment, we are based in Skelmersdale, as we said, but we do cover a lot of Ormskirk, Southport, Liverpool, which is 15-20 miles radius. We would go a little bit further afield, maybe Preston, Chester, a little bit further out. Maybe on a 30-mile radius, we'd be happy to go as far as that.
Very good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you.
To see more from Impress Your Guests or make any inquiries, please email impressyourguests@live.com.
And now, let's see what Charles got up to earlier in the week when he went to check out O'Brien's Tea Rooms, a lovely little venue in Ormskirk.
Today, I'm in O'Brien's Tea Rooms, fantastic venue located in the centre of Ormskirk, just 2 minutes down from the church. This venue can comfortably seat about 100 people and offers a fantastic interactive package with its clients. Today I'm going to be interviewing Gary, the manager of this venue. Let's go meet him now. Hello Gary, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here in this wonderful venue.
Thank you very much.
And well, let's get on to the questions. So tell us, what sets O'Brien's Tea Rooms apart from other wedding venues?
The things that we can offer really, and the prices. We try to offer hotel service without the hotel prices. We also do our own wedding cakes, which we offer a discount on, and also we can provide a table planning service and name places.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. What's the story behind O'Brien's Tea Rooms? Is it an interesting history?
Basically, I've been going for 12 months.
Yeah.
I was faced with redundancy from the company I was working for.
Yeah.
The option was go on, find another job or take over the business.
Quite an interesting turnaround then,
That's
really.
it, definitely, yeah, definitely.
So how long is this place catered for weddings really then? Would you say the 12 months?
No, it's catered for weddings for a long time. It's been under previous names and previous guises. It's been in operation since 1965.
Oh, right.
As a building, and the timescales that I was talking about earlier. Previously it was called Park Hall, then the old Printworks, and obviously I've taken over and called it O'Brien's after myself.
Yeah. What is the most unique feature about O'Brien's Tea Rooms?
The unique feature, I think, is the service that we offer.
Yeah.
And the price mark that comes with that service. You find people hear the word wedding and you get a ka-ching and the price starts going up. We don't do that. If the meal's this price at a party, it'll be the same price at a wedding.
Well, I think that's definitely would be an appealing factor to bride and groom, certainly. Could you tell us a little about the cakes?
Yeah, my wife Angela and her friend Maria, they do all the cake decorating, the cake baking. I started 12 months ago, thought of doing weddings and asked them to come and join us.
Yeah.
And see what we could do. They were unhappy where they were working, so they jumped at the chance really.
So they get to basically make wonderful cakes and really hone their craft and their passion for it.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Well, like I said before, some of them are absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much.
So there are some special options available to those who want to host their reception at O'Brien's Tea Rooms. Are they part of the package, or do they come at some extra cost?
We can create a basic package
where
we get the tables and the chairs and drinks and stuff like that, or we can do a bespoke package if they want something more elaborate on the table decoration front, or they want a specific wine rather than a house wine. Said maybe one Chateauneuf de Pape or something. We can
sort of include that in the package.
Yeah, we can include that, so we can cater. Yet again, it's everything we try and do is bespoke to the clients and see whatever they want. We will try and offer them at a price they can afford.
So it's very much sort of an interactive package between you guys and the bride and groom, basically.
Yeah, definitely. We try and liaise as much as possible with those and work with them to create what they want within their budget.
And those are all of my questions. Gary, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. And back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Charles. Looks like a really lovely place. Anyway, you can contact O'Brien's Tea Rooms for further information through Facebook. Just search O'Brien's Tea Rooms. To see more LMBM approved venues, please visit our website www.littlemomentsbigmemories.co.uk. And if you at home have any suggestions for venues you'd like us to visit, please don't hesitate to tweet us with #LMBM. We'll make sure we check them out, and you never know, they may feature in a future show.
Now this week we have a very special giveaway for all you viewers at home. All you need to do is answer this simple question.
Traditionally, what does the bride typically hold whilst walking down the aisle? A, the rings, B, her shoes, or C, the bouquet?
Think you know the answer? If so, you can contact us via text, phone or our Facebook page, and you'll stand a chance at winning an LMBM approved 5-star hotel of your choice.
Now, before we leave for the break, we have a favour to ask you. As usual, we'd like you to get involved with today's show. This week, your tweets have a chance of being read out in the groom's room.
We want to know any hints or tips you have on how to give that all-important speech, which is what myself and Charles will be discussing in this week's Groom's Room. To get involved, just pop us a tweet along with our hashtag LMBM.
Stay tuned because we have much more in store for you after the break.
Welcome back. Now we've reached that part of the show where we focus on the main man on the wedding day. Welcome to the Groom's Room.
Today, we'll be having a look at something a bit different to your traditional wedding car. Introducing Bay Camper Weddings, a unique vehicle hire service based in Preston. This company offers a charming chauffeur-driven Volkswagen camper van and is ideal for those who want to ride with a bit of character.
The classic vintage design is associated with fun, romance and adventure, which is just perfect for newlywed couples. Restored in Savannah beige with a white tint top, the van will coordinate with any colour theme for your special day.
The options for customisation include outer decor such as bows, ribbons and the message board on the back of the van, as well as an interior decor like seat trimmings, floral arrangements or something else that will tie in with your theme.
On the big day, the camper van will be available at any time you choose and will be available at your disposal for 4 hours. This gives you plenty of time to cruise between the day's venues in style, as well as make use of irresistible photo opportunities.
Of course. Bay Camper Weddings provide their services to weddings located in the northwest region of the country. However, if you're further afield, don't hesitate to get in contact, as they do stress that they will always attempt to accommodate. For more details, please visit www.baycampervehicles.co.uk.
Now, before the break, we asked you to tweet us with any tips you have for those who are preparing for that big speech. So, here's what you've sent us.
Well, we've got some very good ones. Will from Preston says, improvise, don't memorise.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I think sometimes it can become a bit too wooden if you've prepared too much. But at the same time, if you haven't prepared enough, you might struggle on the day to find the right words. So what I'd say is preparation and improvisation is a perfect combination to get the perfect wedding speech.
Well, I completely agree with that, definitely. Well, Lee from Swansea reckons he has all the answers, and he says, keep it funny, everyone appreciates a good comedian. What do you make of that?
It's very true, everyone does appreciate a good comedian, good being the operative word.
Exactly.
Sometimes though, you've got to be really careful that one, you don't offend the bride, your best man, or worse, the father-in-law.
Oh my gosh, I mean that would be several years of heartbreak, wouldn't it? And pain, I imagine.
Yes.
Mike from Manchester says, less is more, keep it short and sweet. You don't want to be the cause of a hashtag snortfest.
That's very true. You do not want a snortfest. So what I'd say is something that you want to keep it to the point, keep it focused, but also you need to be looking at the main things in your speech.
Yeah.
You want to have purpose, meaning, and particularly for your bride, you want to make it special.
Oh well, of course. I mean, it's the memory forever, isn't it?
Very true. And she won't let you forget it.
Oh, of course. Well put. So that's all from the Groom's Room today. Be sure to come back next week and we'll be having a look at a new stylish car company based in Newcastle.
We'll also be getting some tips from you lot again, this time on what to do if at the reception, like Charles over here, you can't dance.
Excuse me, brother, I got all the moves. What are you on about?
Right. Okay then, time to see what Laura's up to. Yeah,
Now it's time to have a look at something very important to us girls, one of the most talked about features to any wedding day. I'm of course referring to the dresses. Fashion trends come and go with each passing year, and the same can be said of wedding attire. So with us today, we have Lottie from Lottie's Bridal Boutique to talk us through what's popular at the moment and to show some beautiful wedding dresses. What can you tell us about your company?
Okay, well, we've got a boutique in Anstall, Lytham St Anne's. We've been there for about 17 months now, but I did work in the industry previously, so I've done this for about 9 years. Get the boutique yourself, very personal, one-to-one service. Give you all a glass of bubbly, so, you know, come on the train, the train station very near. You don't have to drive home. But we do pride ourselves on really, you know, sort of tailoring the experience and it being about every different bride and what she's looking for.
Brilliant.
So do you find that something's one dress, maybe another dress is more popular than some of the others, or is it bit mixed.
I get asked that quite a lot in the boutique, if there's one dress that's,
Yeah.
say, a bestseller, or if there's one that's really popular. And there really isn't. Every dress is so special for each girl. So you can have one dress that looks absolutely killer on one, and you think, oh, that's amazing, absolutely beautiful, love it. And then the next girl will come in, and maybe it's just not her. It's kind of like fashion, normal, everyday clothing.
Yeah.
One person will suit something really well because it's kind of their personality, and somebody else will equally suit something completely differently. And the venue obviously comes into that as well. So someone maybe getting married, having something that's slightly less smaller, downsized civil ceremony, might go for a different option to someone who's having the full church, you know, the whole shebang. So yeah, it varies.
Brilliant. Well, let's see what you've got for us today.
Super. So this is Stacey.
Wow.
Lovely.
Stacey's wearing a beautiful dress, ball gown sort of style, princess style. This is from Amanda Wyatt. She's a British-based designer, based just in Manchester, so not far away. And obviously this dress is really, really good for the shape, really nips you in at the waist. Scoop neckline's lovely on somebody with a fuller bust, really works really well. And then obviously the scattered crystal that just kind of catches the light as you move, not too much, just little details. So yeah, very pretty dress.
Absolutely gorgeous. And would you say that's a white, or are there different types of...
That's ivory. Most of the gowns are ivory. Maybe different shades of ivory. So we've got Lola next, and you'll see that Lola's wearing a Spanish ivory. So it's slightly creamier than what Stacey was wearing. Slightly a bit more depth in the colour. But most of them are a deep ivory. So this is a beautiful dress, really pretty. This is your fishtail shape, so really good on somebody with a curve. It's quite a well spoken about myth that girls with no figure look really good in fishtail, and actually you have to have a curve. If you haven't got that kind of really nice hips and it just doesn't look as good. So yeah, really beautiful detail. Nice with a little bit of a plique under the bust line, just gives a bit of detail. Lovely shape, really nice.
And then the veil as well. Do they go together always, or could they be mixed and
You can mix and match, you can go for different looks and different veils. That's a silk veil, so it's very, very soft. It's the way that it falls, but there are different, so you can get like a crystal tulle, or you can get a regular tulle, all that give different qualities and different effects, obviously depending on the gown.
So who designed this dress?
This dress is designed by Ellis, and this is another British bridal designer. They've just celebrated their 100th anniversary, so very well established within the British bridal industry, which is always obviously something really good to support, and I think a lot of brides feel really encouraged when they know that their designer is British based. Beautiful dress, chiffon gown, and you've got this beautiful keyhole detail on the back there, so you've got the buttons all the way down to the bottom. Really, really beautiful. It gives a nice focal point, obviously, when you're saying your vows and things. That's really the only time your guests get you seen in one fixed place for the duration of the day, really. So it's nice that the back has some detail. So yeah, really beautiful gown.
And the sleeves as well, the top, they're amazing.
Yeah, they just add that little bit of extra embellishment, don't they? A little bit of detail. Really, really nice on somebody who's a narrow frame, because it kind of adds a little bit of texture and dimension. But also really, really nice on somebody with a full frame, because it can play that down. Obviously, people sometimes are quite concerned with that sort of area, so that gives that nice sort of almost distraction technique, really. So yeah,
It's very classy.
beautiful dress. Yeah, really nice. Nice all year round as well. Nice for summertime, it's a chiffon, nice lightweight fabric, but also really nice in the winter. You can kind of dress it up, nice full length veil, and make it a bit more substantial. So yeah, really beautiful dress.
And this one?
Wow, well, what do we need to say about this one?
This is my favourite.
This is your absolute statement gown, isn't it? This is the dress, super figure hugging. You've got all that texture and ruffle in the skirt. So it's really, really for a bride that wants to make a statement, that wants to say that, hello, here I am.
Oh yeah.
Definitely does that.
Definitely
does that.
Beautiful dress. And then obviously the little bits of embellishment across the top and on the shoulder, which really just emphasise that shape again in the figure. Really beautiful dress. And that drop-waisted bodice is really, really good, because what that does is shows off your shape, so you're not getting lost in the dress. Some of them, with all that texture and all that in the skirt, it starts slightly higher. You can risk just looking at the dress and obviously not the bride in the dress. So that does that really, really well. Stunning gown. And also available in blush pink.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Good to know.
very, very coming in at the moment. Celebrities are really going for the blush pink. So yeah, also available in that colour.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Now it's almost time to conclude the show, but before we do, we must announce the winner of this week's competition.
Yep, so if you remember, earlier in today's show, we asked you, traditionally, what does the bride typically hold whilst walking down the aisle? A, the rings, B, her shoes, or C, the bouquet? Think you got the right answer?
Well, even if it did, there can only be one winner.
That's true. Anyone feeling lucky back at home?
So, the answer for today's question was, of course, a bouquet. It gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of this week's competition is Mark Freemo. Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations. We'll contact you soon with details on how you can claim your prize.
Thank you very much for joining us in today's Little Moments, Big Memories. If you can't wait until next week's show, you can always make sure you look at our exclusive online content on our website, including an interview with an up-and-coming videography company, Imagine Index. Now, as usual, we have a very special guest to end our show.
He's a popular wedding performer with a voice that can get everybody at the party feeling good. We give you Entertain.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. The river's running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. The dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when the day is done, that's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world and a new world for me. For me. Feeling good.